Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south. And there's been a major change in plans. I was actually, today, I was supposed to be having surgery. I was supposed to be having a elective surgery today, but these plans are out the window now. My original plan for January was to stay close to home, to catch up on things at home, to catch up on medical things. I scheduled all my doctor's appointments, all my eye doctor, my dentist, my regular doctor, and the surgery I was having. I scheduled them all within this 2 or 3 week period to get done before I set out on adventures for the rest of the year. Now, these plans apparently are now out the window because as of right now, I have no health insurance. And this is all 100% my fault. Me just being silly and messing up and letting things slip through my fingers. Back in November, I was going on my phone, flipping through my bank account. I saw a bunch of charges that I didn't know where they came from. I panicked. I called the credit card company. I'm like, oh no, someone stole my number. You please. There's a bunch of different charges for Amazon, and I didn't see them on my account, and I was freaking out. So in the end, I was 100% wrong. It was absolutely a mistake. Jen had been ordering stuff off her Amazon instead of my Amazon. It wasn't even her fault. Like she was just doing what we had already agreed on, and it just slipped my mind. I pulled up my phone and just overreacted, freaked out, canceled my credit card or my debit card for absolutely no reason at all. And then I realized it almost immediately. I called Jen and I'm like, Jen, something happened to my debit card. I had to go and get it canceled. And she immediately explained, no, remember, we talked about this. I was going to be using that card on my Amazon account to buy Christmas presents for the family. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So I called back. I'm like, can you please not cancel my debit card? They're like, well, we're sorry, we've already canceled it. I've already shipped you out a new card. There's nothing we can do to reverse it now. It's been done. The deed is done. Your card is canceled. Your number no longer works. So this involved some mild panicking because I had to move things around to make sure that I had stuff on the right credit cards that I could use and didn't have to use my debit card. When I actually came back from a trip, my debit card was supposed to be here, but it wasn't. It turns out it had blown away in a windstorm, so I had to order it again. Finally, I got my debit card. Everything seemed normal. I had a few things I had to update the information on, but I missed one. I missed an important one. I missed probably the most important one, and that is my health insurance. My health insurance was connected to that debit card. The payments came out monthly, and I missed a payment. And they'd already sent me out my new cards, my new health insurance cards for the new year, starting January 1st. And I went to check online with my health insurance, and I didn't have health insurance. So I panicked. It was like a Saturday. I had to wait till Monday morning, got up really early, and I called them, and they explained that my health insurance had been canceled, that I do not have health insurance because I missed a payment. And it was not a matter of not being able to make the payment. It was a matter of me making the stupid decision to cancel my debit card on accident, and the stupid decision of me not being thorough enough to realize that the debit card was connected to health insurance. Normally I connected directly to my bank. I'm not sure why I had it just connected to the card, but I did, and I don't have health insurance right now. I called everything's hopefully going to work out, because I called the marketplace. I get health insurance through the marketplace, and I told them what happened. They said, yeah, we can reinstate you, no problem. We can give you the same plan, blah, blah, blah. Like, good. Check. Everything looks good. And like, all right, you will have coverage starting February 1st. I'm like, February 1st, I have every single doctor's appointment this week. And they're like, yeah, sorry. So, through no fault of anyone but my own, I am health insurance free until February 1st, which didn't really fit in with my plans, because I planned on this week literally being when I had taking care of all my health stuff. It's hard for me to keep up with appointments when I'm on the road, so I put them all together right here in January so I can get it done at the beginning of the year, and that's going out the window now. Now, good news is I was able to reschedule. I went back and scheduled all of them for a chunk of time in February, kind of all bunched together so I can get them done again. That wasn't really a problem. But, now I'm here, and I have these plans to get, as I said, I'm supposed to be in surgery right now. So, I had to make the decision to pull the trigger, and, no, not that trigger, to pull the trigger, and begin the journeys for the year. Of course, 2025, the year of planes, trains, and automobiles. And I really wanted to start the year out with a train trip. I have never traveled long distance on train before. I've taken a train from my hometown of Valparaiso into Chicago. I think that's about it. I've rode trains at amusement parks. I've rode Dollywood train a bunch of times. And but this is the first time I'm going to be going a long distance train trip. So it was 8 o'clock in the morning, got up to call the insurance company, got everything dealt with. Yeah, after I got off the phone with the insurance company, I called all my doctors, rescheduled all my appointments. After I did that, I pulled out my phone and I booked all my train tickets, booked any hotels I needed. So now I'm going to be getting in Rosebud here, and we are going to be headed up to Chicago, to the Chicago area. I'm going to be drive up to my mom's house tonight, and then I'm going to have my mom, I'm going to leave my car at my mom's, and I'm going to have her take me into Chicago and to Union Station in Chicago and get on a train. The train called the California Zephyr. So, again, this is my first major road trip. I'm just kind of dipping my toe. Well, I'm not really dipping my toe in, because I'm going to be gone for, I think the whole train trip is going to end up being maybe 11 days or so altogether, I think. Yeah, I think that's about right. 11 days, maybe, I don't know. It's going to be a little under 2 weeks. So I'm going to take a train. The trains have like cool names. They have cool names for these like long distance trains. So I'm going to be taking the California Zephyr from Chicago to San Francisco. Booked a hotel room there for a couple days in San Francisco. From San Francisco, I'm going to take a train known as the Coastal Starlight up to Seattle, Washington, where I have another hotel room for several days. And then I'm going to take a train called the Empire Builder from Seattle back to Chicago. Now, these are trains that you actually sleep on overnight. This is a brand new experience. I'm really excited because this is something outside of my comfort zone, something I've not done before, something a new experience, a brand new experience. We've done lots of auto travels. We've done a significant amount of plane travels, but we've never done a train trip here on this channel. So I am very, very excited. Now, again, I'm trying to prepare. It's going to be weird being this long without a car, that I'm going to be traveling from Chicago to San Francisco and Seattle and back without using a car or a plane. My plan is I got hotels in the city so I can Uber there from the train station, that I can stay at a hotel in the city that's in walking distance to things around the city. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this. It'll be a new experience. It'll be a new perspective on traveling, a new perspective on looking at things, and who knows, this trip may be very influential to the rest of this channel going forward. Depends on how adaptive I am to the train rides. May plan future train rides. Yeah, really, no, the train thing may be a big thing on this channel. Maybe not. Maybe it's gonna be something I can't deal with. But I really wanted to try something new, and that's what we are gonna do. Like I said, I mean, not having a car, I'm not planning on getting any rental cars while I am traveling by train. So I'm gonna try to pack a little light. I'll show you guys what I'm bringing. Okay, so I got my primary suitcase here. I tried to pack a little light because there is like I think a 50-pound limit. From what I can tell, luggage on a train is similar to a plane. So I tried to pack light. I may have to actually do laundry while I am traveling at some point. So all I'm bringing with me is my main suitcase, my backpack, which has my laptop and electronics in it, and then my CPAP machine. I'm gonna have to use this on the train, which will be interesting. I've got what they call a roomette that I will be staying in on the train. So hopefully all this will suit me well. I usually pack a little heavier back. You can see I got my secondary suitcase absolutely beaming with clothes to the point that it doesn't even shut. So I like to keep a lot of extra stuff in my car for, just in case of different situations. I'm going to have to be flying a little bit lighter this time, or training a little bit lighter. So we'll just see how this works. A new adventure. Things may not work out, but that's just part of the adventure. So my train leaves on the 11th from Chicago. So tonight we're going to be driving up to my mom's. Tomorrow I may take an easy day to just kind of rest, prepare myself for the big trip. Then my mom the next day is going to drop me off at Union Station in Chicago, where we will be departing on our grand adventure. But I did want to take at least a few moments to just say that my heart, my thoughts are with the people of Los Angeles, California. I've seen the absolutely devastating fires, watched some videos last night. There's footage from a plane where it just looks like the whole city is on fire. People trapped in their houses, just people losing everything, and it breaks my heart. Now, I love Los Angeles. I love the area. I go out there at least once a year. I've made it a tradition. Every Halloween, I try to get out there to visit my favorite haunted events out there, and usually end up going more than once. I went twice in 2024. Went there on Christmas and Halloween, and I'm actually planning. I have plane tickets just a few months from now to head back out there. So just absolutely makes me so sad to hear about what is happening out there, what people have lost. And again, we're talking right now, it's not over. We don't know how much damage it's going to do. I did see that the Bunny Museum out near Pasadena was completely destroyed. I did a video there about 5 years ago of it's just a museum dedicated to all things rabbit, bunny. A lot of fun, and it is just gone, and that sort of thing. Obviously there's lots of tragedy to go around, but things like that, because that's what I do. I go to these places, I see these people's passion, and just to see a life's work literally up in smoke in a moment's worth of time is just so heartbreaking to me. I got family out there. My stepsister lives out in Los Angeles. It's very, very close to where the fires are right now. I don't know what to say. What can you say? You know, here in Western Carolina, just a couple months ago, we had our worst hurricane that's ever hit the area, the most devastating hurricane ever hit the area. Just a couple months later now, we have the most damaging wildfires that have ever hit Los Angeles. It's I don't know, it's scary times. All these massive events, these weather events, these natural disasters, all of them seem to be getting worse. They seem to be coming in with greater frequency, and it's very scary. And I don't have the answers. I don't know what the solution is, but it's scary. It breaks my heart. I saw what it did around here, and just imagine how many people are heartbroken, have their lives ruined because of the fires in Los Angeles. So no, all my friends out in the Los Angeles area know that I'm thinking about you, and I'll be back out there in a couple months. So yeah, it's breaks my heart. So you will be in my thoughts as I am taking this train trip. I guess now we're gonna hit that long, lonesome road. So of course 40 is closed because of the hurricane, wiped the entire road out. The 441 through the Parkway is closed because of the icy weather. So we have to take a third route through the middle of nowhere. Yeah, in order for me to get back up to Indiana, I have to go through the back roads of North Carolina and Tennessee, since the two main routes are currently closed. So we have to take this winding road known as the Rattler 209. You can see both the American and Confederate flags there. The Rattler, North Carolina Scenic Byway, 36 miles and over 300 curves. Oh boy. Let's see where people have stuck stickers all over the Rattler sign. This is the next 24 miles, 290 curves. Those numbers don't work out. There's a discrepancy between this and the other sign. Apparently you can get Rattler shirts inside of that gas station we were just over at. All right, well, this should be fun. You can see the snow on the ground. Hopefully there's not too much snow on the road. Yeah, honestly, if I wasn't leaving now, I probably would not be able to make it because there's supposed to be a snowstorm coming through tomorrow. Jen's got everything stocked up at the house, so she's good. But yeah, if I tried to leave tomorrow when there was snow, given that the Rattler is my best option to go, I don't think I want to drive the Rattler with all its curves in a blizzard. And of course, you know, the blizzard will keep the 441 through the national park closed, and we have no earthly idea when 40 is going to be back open. So this is kind of a bummer of the hurricane, is that it's kind of cut me off. I feeling a little boxed in. You know, I love this area because I am in driving distance from so many different areas. I can be pretty much anywhere on the East Coast within 2 days, but yeah, between the weather and the road closures, it's making me feel a little trapped. But we're gonna head out and see the freedom of a train ride here in a couple days. It is a pretty scenic view. However, haven't hit any curves yet. Okay, here come those curves. Whee! All right, one curve out of the way. Oh, here comes curve number 2. It does look like they have salt down on the road, which is a good thing. They don't always salt the back roads, but since this is the only road out of town, I guess they have no choice but to salt it. Gotta get a little bit higher elevation, get a little snowier. Also getting a little curvier. See the frozen waterfall on the side of the road. Oh yeah, look at that. Multiple Multiple frozen waterfalls. The left lane is shut down here because there's been a landslide. The left lane has collapsed. That probably occurred because of the hurricane. Passing through the teeny tiny town of Luck, North Carolina. And there's not much to Luck, just basically this abandoned gas station right here. Luck, North Carolina. This is Pink Plemons Groceries and Feed. Pink Plemons of Luck, North Carolina. And the next town over from Luck, North Carolina, is a teeny tiny town called Trust, North Carolina. So Luck and Trust, these two teeny tiny little communities out in the back roads. Things are straightening out here. I think we are officially done with the Rattler. And here we officially cross over from North Carolina in to Tennessee. The State Line Grill here at the State Line. Actually, the State Line Grill, no longer a functional grill. It is now a antique store. And over here is a very rare sight indeed. This is a Dixie Highway marker. Of course, this actually is the Dixie Highway right here that we are currently traveling, the old Dixie Highway. And this possibly is the last remaining one of these plaques in existence. There used to be one in downtown Asheville, North Carolina, that was removed during the protests because it does talk about Robert E. Lee on the plaque. We're passing through Tazewell, Tennessee, and look what we have here, a genuine Harrison Mays cross planted out here in the wild. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar, the Harrison Mays crosses that you will find occasionally out along the American roadside. Again, there's not very many of these left. A lot of them have been removed as they expanded roads. But Harrison Mays was a Kentucky coal miner who got in a mining accident, was trapped in a mine. And when he was trapped in the mine, he made a promise to God that if he saved him from the mine, that he would dedicate the rest of his life to spreading his word. And one of those things that he did, he was saved from the mine, and he traveled the country planting these concrete signs in the ground. Now, if you've seen any of these out in the wild, most likely they were planted by Harrison Mays himself. And there's a lot of traffic all of a sudden. If you go to I don't know if you can hear me, if you guys go to the Museum of Appalachia, which I have visited multiple times, they have a great exhibit on Harrison Mays, a great exhibit on how he made the crosses, other things he did, like he would throw bottles with messages in the river. He drove around with a bicycle covered in signs. Kind of an eccentric fellow, but best known for planting these crosses around the country in order to spread the word. And I always feel privileged when I come across one because, again, they're so rare to find. Most of them have been removed by the road expanding or just wear and tear. They are pretty solid. They're made of like concrete and rebar, so they are hard to take down. I also look for there's another set of crosses, the coffin daffer crosses. They're the wooden crosses that are the two blue crosses with the yellow one in the middle. I always keep an eye out for those. But the Harrison Mays crosses, these are really cool because these are much harder to find. This one here along the highway in Tazewell, Tennessee. Signs usually have two messages on them. One on this side says Jesus is coming soon, and on the other side, where we were looking before, it says get right with God. Oh, and look what we have here. Another Harrison Mays sign. Although this one is a heart instead of a cross. He actually did hearts and crosses. And this one has an inscription on the side. Okay, so this says erect on Suez Canal Bank, 1990. So I'm guessing this one was actually planted by his family or someone else after he passed away, because when he died, he had left instructions on where he wanted these put. He wanted them all over the world. And so this one was supposed to go on the bank of the Suez Canal in the 1990s after he would already have been passed away. And we're not too far. I think we're actually in Middlesboro, Kentucky, where Harrison Mays is from. His house is actually still here. So I'm guessing this was put here after he passed away by a friend or family member hoping to carry on his cause. Now, it's interesting, they have a collection at the Museum of Appalachia, like I mentioned, and they have a bunch there with inscriptions on where they are supposed to go. And there's actually instructions to place some on other planets. There's actually one that is supposed to be put on Jupiter. Of course, it is not in Jupiter. It is at the Museum of Appalachia currently. But yeah, such a fascinating story, such a fascinating man. You guys see all those birds? Some sort of Hitchcockian nightmare. What is even happening? The tree there's all full of birds. Little pit stop here at the Buc-ee's in Richmond, Kentucky. And it looks like Buc-ee's is ready for Valentine's Day. A new Valentine's Day shirt. Got Buc-ee there, surrounded by hearts. This would be the back of the shirt there. It says love is in the air. And they got their plushie for this season. Now last year they had him as a Cupid. Now he's wearing a tiny version of that shirt, and he is holding a heart that says love. He's also got antennas with hearts on them for some reason. And you can also get a shower steamer to take a bath with your stuffed Buc-ee. I'm probably going to have to get this. For Jen. And over here is the state-specific Buc-ee shirts. You got Buc-ee playing a little bluegrass there, a little Kentucky bluegrass on his banjo. And I kind of like this one here. I like the old classic Buc-ee shirts that just had the beaver logo and says Buc-ee's. A lot of times they kind of go crazy with their new designs, but I like this one here. Kind of a cool, simple design. And over here at the Buc-ee Truckee, looks like we got a new piece of Buc-ee merchandise there. This is the gas pump beverage dispenser. I guess you fill the gas pump up with some sort of beverage. I don't know, it could be beer or sweet tea or soda, and then you dispense it from the gas pump. Some other newer shirts over here. Got this one that says Beaverlution, which is the evolution of beavers. The Architemius Buc-ee from Texas 15 million years ago, the ancient beaver. I guess the normal beaver showed up in North America 5 million years ago. And then Buc-ee's showed up on highways in 1982. Really, their collection of clothing is pretty impressive. You could theoretically wear nothing but Buc-ee's clothing for the rest of your life. Oh wow, look at this Buc-ee's merch over here. There is a Buc-ee's barbecue apron. That is colorful. Got these cups here as well. It's like Buc-ee's, almost like a graffiti look for Buc-ee. There's another new shirt. Everyone has beef with Buc-ee's. Beef because he's eating a beef brisket sandwich. And I think maybe just because it's the time of year it is, but a very simple selection of sandwiches here. You got the chopped brisket, you got the pulled pork over there, or you can get sliced brisket, but a lot of the items not here. You don't have the big buckin brisket sandwich, you don't have the 3-meat sandwich, and you don't have the sausage on a stick. So I don't know, if anyone else seen this at Buc-ee, seems like they're going to a more limited menu. And again, maybe it is just because less people are traveling this time of year. Maybe they'll bring that stuff back in the summertime. We stopped off here in Louisville, Kentucky, where it looks like they've had quite a bit of snow. They didn't have what I wanted at Buc-ee's, so I decided I'm going to stop and get a treat that we can only get in this area, in the Kentucky, Ohio area. I like to stop and get a little Skyline chili. Always a treat getting a little bit of Skyline chili headed through the area. Now here at Skyline, the chili's normally served on spaghetti, but I like to get it a different way. This has become my go-to. It's kind of a low-carb selection. It is the Coney Bowl, where instead of having hot dogs with chili on a bun, the hot dogs are actually in a bowl of chili. You got all that shredded cheese on top and some onions and mustard as well. Oh yeah, look at that. Get a little bit of hot dog, a little bit of chili, and there we go. And with a belly full of chili and hot dogs, let's get back on that long, lonesome road. Stopped off here at the Indiana Welcome Center, and we were welcomed by this giant pile of disgusting snow. Yeah, it looks like they've had some serious snow in this area. This reminds me of my childhood when they would have these giant piles of snow in the parking lot. Of course, they have to scrape the whole parking lot and put it into a big pile. And these piles were so compact and they'd been there for so long that they would be there until June. And look at this, isn't just like nice fluffy snow that you want to build a snowman out of. This is the black asphalt snow. Black like a doll's eyes. Got a cold night here in Indiana. Crossroads of America. I used to joke when I was a kid they called it the Crossroads of America because no one ever went here. They just passed through. But there's fun stuff to do in Indiana. And of course, it is Lincoln's boyhood home because every Midwest state tries to claim Lincoln. Illinois claims that they are the land of Lincoln. Kentucky claims they are the birthplace of Abraham Lincoln. And Indiana is where little Lincoln lived as a little boy. And apparently some guy named Benjamin Harrison is from here as well. And as you look out into the distance there, you can see all those red blinking lights. Each one of those red blinking lights is a windmill. So every tiny red blinking light is a giant towering windmill. And whenever I'm driving in the dark, headed this way, and I see all these windmills, all these little red lights, I know that I'm almost home. And I have arrived in my mom's basement. Oh man, you know, they shut down 40. It was washed away in the hurricane, Highway 40. And man, it adds about 2 hours onto the total drive time. So I always make this drive in one day.
But man, those extra 2 hours, they start to feel a little longer there towards the end. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited about my big train trip that'll be happening on the 11th is when I'm leaving. Now, I did want to just throw out there that this is all a new experience, so I'm going to try to daily vlog my trip on the train. But I don't know what the situation is. I understand there's no Wi-Fi on these trains, so I did buy extra data to use my phone as a hotspot. That it's not unlimited, but hopefully that will at least upload while I am physically on the train. Hopefully, I can get the videos uploaded. I don't know if cell service how reliable it is, as the train is constantly traveling. I know from my car that the cars, especially heading out west, constantly passing areas with no cell service. You go get cell service for a little bit, then you get it back. So I'm going to try to keep it chronological, keep that daily upload schedule. If I miss a day, if you don't see a video, I probably just had upload problems, and I will resume uploading as soon as possible. But man, I'm so excited. It's been a while since I've been like this excited for a new trip, for a new experience. So really looking forward to it. I'm going to learn as I go on how the train thing works. I'm going to be going on 3 long distance train rides. Again, the California Zephyr, the Coastal Starlight, and the Empire Builder. It'll be kind of going out to San Francisco, up to Seattle, and then back here where we are in the Chicagoland district. I kind of decided to drive up here to my mom's because we are very near Chicago. Chicago has a huge like hub of train activity. There's no real train stations anywhere near I live. I almost have to drive. I have to drive over an hour to get to a train station. I'm thinking Greenville, South Carolina may have one. I think that may be the closest one to me. Or there's one I can drive. I only drive down to 3 hours to Atlanta. There is one. I have to look at what having my car sit there in Atlanta. What the issue is with this, but I'm going to safely leave my car here at my mom's if everything goes according to plan, and then she's going to try to drive me into Chicago, drop me off at the big train station there, Union Station, and that's when our journey will begin tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I will be preparing for the trip, but I don't know what else tomorrow will entail. But the day after that, I will be getting on that train, on that long, lonesome rail, and headed out west. Please give any tips of the trade. I know some people have reached out to me and give me some very useful tips on the train travel that I didn't know. That I'm really glad that people reached out and gave me information. Like there's only one electrical outlet in the roomettes, so bring an extension cord. That was a very valuable tip I received. So we'll see. We'll see. It's all about new experiences, all about trying out new things. And I'm really excited about 2025, really excited about all the new adventures I have planned. And we're going to get started sooner than expected, but I got to get back. I got to get back to my home by late February to get all my medical stuff done. So that's looming on the horizon. But thank you so much for coming along with me, especially those of you who do follow every day. That does mean the world to me. So thank you so much. If you do like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun, random stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon, $3 or more, and I will send you a postcard once a month. We have the Etsy shop, where I just ordered a whole bunch of new enamel pins. So enamel pins are back in stock. I restocked all the most popular pins. So if you wanting to get a pin and it's not been available, please check again in the Etsy shop. It may be available now. And then doing messages on Cameo. If you'd like to receive a message from me or send a message from me to a friend or family member, the link for that is in the description. The link for all those things is in that description. And until next time. This one's in the bag.